we wanted to join NATO to be absolutely sure that our future is secure, and situations like all three Baltic states faced in 39, 1940, 41, and then 45 later. The one occupation was continued or replaced by another one. So just we wanted to be secure and free forever. NATO was all the time behaving not to provoke Russia. Even after Georgia, it had to be a wake-up call. But I have to say NATO pushed snooze button, even after Georgia. But no, thanks God, not after Ukraine anymore. It's another case. And another example about capabilities development. Russia started to build Ostrov helicopter base just 26 kilometers from Latvian border, and an Estonian border too, by the way. And you don't need to graduate even a first year in a academy as a cadet to understand 26 kilometers away from border is not defensive. 26 clicks, and happens to be, calculations proves that Riga and Tallinn too is within operational range of these helicopters. They can do operation, deliver, for instance, Spetsnaz troops or something, to capital, and to be able to return back to their bases with no need for refueling. And again, we should add that there's about 30 kilometers is relocated one Spetsnaz brigade next to the helicopter base, another 50, 76 Airborne Division, Pskov, and then the picture is full. NATO had no single troops or capabilities or weapon systems put on Baltic soil. You may argue, may say air policing, it's one of them. Yes, but it's air policing, it's not air defense. 2 planes per shift is not a military danger for all Baltic region. It's not a military threat to Russia. Russian Federation has 3 times more planes, or more even, on duty in the same airspace. And even now, 300 Canadians, a bit more actually, 400 Canadians, total 1,000 EFP troops on Baltic, Latvia, 3,000 in total on Baltic soil. Weapon systems, what this particular unit has, maybe a range of the weapon systems integrated in this EFP unit. We can talk about 10 plus a bit kilometers. But is it offensive force? No, it's purely defensive. Thus, Russia shouldn't be afraid from this unit and 1,000 strong, which is just battalion plus. No, let's start with infantry, or kind of infantry unit, 76 Airborne Division. Of course, it's Airborne Division by definition are offensive. No, you may use for defensive purposes if somebody fights in your territory and you want to operationally, let's say, strengthen a particular defense region. You may use airborne as tactically, but normally they are offensive, as I said, by definition, by the nature. Iskander, it speaks itself. Iskander, if you put Iskander somewhere deep in your country and with operational reach, just your own borders, you may argue it's for defensive purposes. Somebody crosses the border, and then I will use my capability and deliver these charges, including could be nuclear after nukes. But if you pick Kaliningrad and the range reaches a couple NATO capitals, and not only Baltic, but a few more, then it's difficult to speak about defensive nature of these systems. Anti-air access denial capabilities, what Russia developed in Kaliningrad means by using surface-to-surface missiles to see. Bastion, caliber type, and Iskander, you mentioned Iskander, air defense S-40, 400. So, but the capabilities what is developed in Kaliningrad shows her intent, capability even, including Suwalki Gap, famous one. We are the only land connection, Baltic states land connection with NATO country Poland. They can block this area in case of conflict, kind of blocking NATO ability to reinforce, let's say, this particular region. So it's why my answer is EFP is so important. They should expect very friendly welcome from Latvians. It's a first. And we do appreciate Canadian force, and they're very welcome. And thanks, because as I said before, I'll reiterate again, this is strongest guarantee for not to have a conflict or war. This is real deterrence, a real red line deterrence. Concerning Canadians, of course, there should be no doubts there will be provocations or temper provocations. And society has to be ready to accept, if you wish, kind of as almost like a standard operational procedure. There are good examples from Lithuania already, and there's already been kind of false news, false blogs about a German soldier raped underage girl. Then trolls are using posters showing German tanks crossing Lithuanian border 41. And today, kind of drawing similarities. Again, we are occupied by Germans again, using even German posters when swastikas were replaced by NATO insignia. What concerns to Zapad 17 is then official figures are not very clear yet, but it's never over truth. We expect, of course, larger force. Scenarios are not clear too, but we are very closely will be observing with our friends and exercise type, exercise scenarios. Of course, it worries us. Definitely worries us, and because we have to remember this unpredictable nature of Kremlin, let's say, behavior. And before Georgia and before Ukraine, there were large, big-scale military exercises. The biggest NATO exercise after the Cold War, since 1991, took place in September, I believe it was 2015. Guess where? The farthest possible corner, NATO corner from Russia, in Spain and Portugal. Baltic states participated with the Baltic Battalion, by the way. It was very, very glad to them. We had one combined unit. All you need actually to draw a very, very simple chart. In one line, put numbers, and another one, time. And you'll be very surprised to see the Russian exercise numbers are very high, and NATO response next summer or the same summer, months later, earlier. These bars are very low, small, 3,000, 4,000. It's the first time Americans send 4 tanks, Abrams, to Adži camp. They were rolling out from Roro type ships in Riga port, and Russian TV was taping it. It's allowed to come. And the cameras kind of low angle, even use technique, which is familiar to the journalists, kind of giving impression or feeling they are all 4 were on screen, but kind of impression was behind at least another 100, The thing was dull. This is the way these techniques how they're trying to portray NATO. But I would like to use the opportunity to say thank you to Canada, to soldiers, to their families, particularly for those soldiers who are right now in Latvian soil and will be in the future. Your assistance, really, their assistance, very, very important for Latvia, for peace and unity of our strongest and best military alliance in the world.